welcome. I just wanted to talk a little bit today about our scrubs and our balms and the differences and why we do things the way we do and what they're for. So I'm going to start with the balms. When we first started, everything was in jars, and now everything has moved to tins. It is more cost effective for us. That's why we left the jars. And they're cute. They look really good with the nice little stickers. So all of our balms that are in the tins, they can be found in a few other forms. The coconut oil and the original can be also found in the stick and in the 2-ounce balms and in the 8-ounce tins. Our olive oil, that oil is too thin for it to be in a stick. I would have to up the wax ratio too high, and it would be very expensive for it to be in a stick. When I first started, coconut oil was actually more expensive than olive oil, and that's flip-flopped now. So olive oil is almost a third more than coconut oil. So to do olive oil in a stick would be very, very cost prohibitive, which is why it's only available in the tins. As far as our balms with essential oils, in the holidays, we will have awesome 8-ounce tins available that will have our lavender mixture in it, our orange olive oil. Those will be available in the 8-ounce. And then we'll have peppermint as well, and that will be made with essential oil. All of the essential oils that we use have wonderful benefits that you can learn about in some of our training materials. But I'm very excited for our balm tins going forward. As far as our lip balm, when we get into our lip balm, because those are smaller containers, the wax content in the balm goes to almost 75 to 80%, just so that it doesn't melt. If our balm content was that high in the 4-ounce tins, you would never get the balm out of the tin. It's already difficult enough at the percentages that we have. But if it was as thick as the lip balm, it would never get out of the tin. Lip balms are significantly higher in wax content. And in our lip balms, I chose to use extracts as our flavoring. I know a lot of people like to see essential oils and stuff. I personally do not like the idea of ingesting essential oils. When we first started, I had, in my first couple weeks of doing lip balms, I actually had several dogs eat them. It was very odd, and it was one of those things where it was like, well, good thing I use extract, because I don't have to worry that I'm going to poison them. You can get into some trouble if you have too much of those, or with allergies. An essential oil is an extremely compounded, compact version of whatever plant you're using. So if you have an allergy to that, you also have an allergy to the essential oil usually. So I chose not to put those in the lip balms because I had the instances where a couple dogs ate them, and then I had toddlers at the time, and I didn't want my toddlers to be mogging on some lip balms. So we use extracts, we use real sugar, we use and some flavoring oil. Everything that can be in our lip balms are frequently used in candy making. So that's kind of my philosophy behind that. I also, with our balms, I don't know if you know this, but we cannot call them chapsticks because that's actually trademarked by Chapsticks, which is why you will often hear me refer to them as lippies or lip balms. We're too small to, I think, ever get into trouble, but that's the reasoning behind why we can't call it chapstick, is because chapstick is actually a registered trademark for a different company. So always refer to our lippies as either lippies, lip balms, 10 mils or 6.25s, and just know that the wax content is 75-80% depending on the blend. Now with our scrubs are awesome. Every single recipe that we have is made specifically in the kitchen. It's something that I've developed. I get inspired a lot by what's on Pinterest, and I love looking up new scrub recipes. Scrubs are my favorite. So like I said last time, our first one that we came out with was the lemon tea, and it's made with an Epsom salt. Then that released in the summer. So our next one that came out was in the fall, and our second scrub that I came out with was our brown sugar scrub. And that is made with brown sugar, raw sugar, vanilla, honey, real honey, and then it's just this ooey, yummy, gooey with the organic extra virgin coconut oil. And that was such a huge hit. And then it was like, oh my gosh, people want to use this for like lip scrubbies. So the next scrub that I made, it was winter time, and I wanted to make a facial scrub, and so I chose to make the peppermint tea, or the peppermint scrub. I'm not sure if you're aware, but I use a pure Michigan sugar. It's a cane sugar. You can get it in 50-pound bags at Costco. So it's actually a Michigan brand of sugar that I use. It's made in Bay City, so that's kind of a fun little fact. And it's a really nice, fine grain sugar. And it just is so great for your face. That one does have peppermint essential oil in it. So if I know people like to use peppermint essential oils for like cold sores and stuff, I have been known to, if I get a little pimple or a cold sore here, I'll take a little bit of that scrub and use it on my lips. It works awesome. But that's the third scrub that we made. So the fourth product I made was the scrubs, and I've got a little bit of time here left, is the Himalayan sea salt. Sea salt has dramatically dropped in price, which is awesome. And then with switching to the new plastic containers, I was able to keep the Himalayan sea salt at a lower price. Originally, when we started, the sea salt was $15. So it's awesome that it can all be just a flat $12.50 for us. That also has organic coconut oil in it. And then rose essential oil. It was sort of the brainchild of Jennifer Ramsey came up with the idea, and she's from Texas, one of our founding consultants. And so that's why it's called Texas Rose. So yeah, it's kind of fun there. Our next scrub that came out, I believe, was the sweet citrus. And again, this was around the time that we came out with the olive oil balm. All my scrubs up to this point had been made with either the refined coconut oil or the extra virgin coconut oil. So the sweet citrus was our very first scrub that was made with the olive oil. It has our sweet citrus blend, which is an essential oil blend of grapefruit and lime and something else. Sorry, I'm forgetting. It'll come to me. And it's our #1 seller in our scrubs, and despite every leaky bit of everything, it sells 2 to 1 to every other scrub. I probably make at high scrub season, which is March and April, I probably am making $150 a month of just that scrub. So people don't mind the little dribbles that come out. With our scrubs, when they pack, the oil kind of comes out the side, and because we pack everything by hand, we then have to wash everything by hand. But because we are doing it by hand, sometimes we might miss a granule, or something might get overly screwed on and make a hairline crack. And that's why sometimes you may still get dribblers. Also, what I've been told is that in transport, the lid can knock around, and that's why we've started to screw them down with the electrical tape. Other than that, there's not a whole lot we can do. We've tried the pads. We've not used the pads. They don't make a lick of a difference. If they're going to leak, they're going to leak, and it just is what it is. We don't have machines putting these together. It's actual people, which is one of the blessings of our company, is that we employ people, and everything that is made by hand. So it's just nature of the beast, but leaky as it is, it's still our #1 seller, 2 to 1. I don't remember what our next scrub was. Oh, it was the coffee scrub. So then we did the coffee scrub, and the coffee is sugar and coffee grounds, and it's amazing. And I added vanilla and almond to kind of edge off the coffee smell, because I know that can be either a hit or miss for people. Caffeine is known as a to get rid of cellulite. Sorry, losing my mind here. After that, we had Valentine's Day right around the corner, and so Candace came up with the idea of the sweet cherry sugar and the chocolate, and they were huge hits. And they were such huge hits that we've actually kept the sweet cherry sugar around, as well as the whipped cherry body butter. Both the chocolate butter and the chocolate scrub look like they're on the way out, but sometimes at Hilltop we like to retire things just so we can bring them back and create a need and a desire for them. Just like our morning mix. That will probably never come back in its true form, but we may have something similar to it. It's not that it did terrible. It was a great scent mixture. It's just that it needs to be rebranded, maybe renamed, or, you know, changed up a little bit. And then a similar scent will come out maybe next summer. We shall see. So that's it. That's what I got for my scrubs and my balms. They're excellent for shaving in the shower. Follow up the scrub shave with a balm, and it's so awesome. No ingrown hairs, no dry patches, no razor burn. A lot of our scrubs that are made with the sugar are great for your face, great for your lips. I know they get rid of the weird bumps on the side here. People have used a ton of those for that. But that's about it. So I gotta go check my wax because I'm making lotion bars right now. Thanks for following along tonight, guys.